I'm a 32-year-old guy, and until a few months ago, I thought I had my whole life figured out. I was engaged to a woman named Jessica, 29, and we were supposed to get married this fall. We'd been together for almost 5 years, and I really believed she was the one. I had the ring, I had the plans, I even had the stupid Pinterest board saved because she asked me to help pick colors. I thought we were a team, but on a random Wednesday at exactly 3:14 p.m., she blew it all up in a way that still makes my stomach twist when I think about it. I was at her apartment, helping her pack some boxes, because she'd just signed the lease on a bigger place closer to her work. We were sitting on the floor, surrounded by half-filled cartons, when she suddenly looked up at me and said, "You know, I don't think you're good enough for me." At first I actually laughed because I thought she was joking. "Ha, good one," I said, taping down a box of kitchen stuff. But she didn't laugh. She leaned back against the couch, arms crossed, and repeated it. "You're not good enough for me. I need someone who matches my ambition." It felt like the air got sucked out of the room. My chest tightened. I asked, "What the hell are you talking about, Jess? We've been planning a wedding. We're building a life." She shrugged, all casual, like she was commenting on the weather. "Yeah, and I've been thinking, you're nice, you're steady, but you're not impressive. I want someone with more money, more connections, someone who can give me the lifestyle I deserve." I stared at her. My brain was trying to catch up with the words coming out of her mouth. "So all this time, what? I've just been a placeholder until you find your sugar daddy." Her eyes flickered, just for a second, but then she smirked. "Don't be dramatic. You're just not the one I see myself with long term. I don't want to settle." I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't beg. I just felt this strange calm settle over me, like my emotions shut down. I looked her in the eye and smiled. A real, steady smile. And I said, "Okay. Sounds like you've made your choice." That smile unnerved her. I could tell she expected tears, or anger, or me trying to convince her to stay. Instead, I got up, dusted off my jeans, and told her thanks for letting me know before the wedding. Saves me a lot of trouble. Then I walked out. She didn't chase me. But 2 days later, she texted me, "We should talk." I may have overreacted. I didn't respond. That's when things started to unravel in ways I never expected. A week later, I got a call from my buddy Mark. He sounded hesitant. "Dude, I wasn't sure if I should tell you this, but I saw Jessica at O'Malley's on Friday. She wasn't alone. She was with some guy. Looked mid-30s. Expensive watch, suit, and they were holding hands." My stomach dropped, but at the same time it all made sense. Her ambitions, her lifestyle talk. It was code for another guy. I told Mark, "Thanks for telling me. Don't say anything to her. I'll handle it." I didn't confront Jessica right away. Instead, I did something better. I called my cousin Rachel, who's a paralegal at a law firm. I explained the situation and she told me to gather evidence. "If you were engaged and already making joint purchases, you need documentation. Don't just let her walk away with your stuff." So I got methodical. I printed out receipts, like the $1,850 couch we'd split, the $600 in deposits for the venue, even the $200 custom cake tasting. My name was on all of it. I pulled up our joint Venmo history, highlighted the transfers. I organized it all in a folder. Meanwhile, Jessica kept texting, "Why aren't you answering me? I miss you. We need to talk." Then finally, "Fine. If you don't want me, I'll keep the couch and the deposit money. Consider it compensation." That's when my calm turned into determination. I replied, "No, Jessica, that's not how this works. I have documentation. If you want to play games, I'll let my lawyer handle it." Her response came fast. "Are you kidding me? You're going to lawyer up against me? After everything I gave you?" I texted back, "You gave me a clear message. I'm not good enough. I'm just taking your advice seriously." She blew up my phone with 30+ texts that night, alternating between rage and fake apologies. I muted the thread, but the real twist came when Rachel helped me dig deeper. She ran a basic background check on the guy Jessica was spotted with. His name was Daniel Porter, 36, an executive at a finance company downtown, married, with 2 kids. When I saw that detail, my blood went cold. Jessica wasn't just leaving me for someone more impressive. She was sleeping with a married man. I printed Daniel's LinkedIn, his company bio, even a family photo his wife had posted publicly. It felt grimy, but I needed proof. A part of me wanted to email his wife immediately. Another part of me wanted to sit back and watch Jessica destroy herself. I decided on a middle path. Patient. The next time Jessica called, I answered. She put on her sweetest voice. "Babe, I don't know what came over me. I think I was just stressed. Can we meet up?" I said sure. "How about Saturday 6 p.m. at your new place?" She sounded relieved. "Yes, perfect. I'll cook." What she didn't know was that I'd already planned my move. I wasn't going alone. That Saturday, I pulled up outside her apartment building right at 6. But I didn't walk in. I waited. At 6:22, a black BMW pulled up, and out stepped Daniel Porter himself. He walked right into Jessica's building like he owned the place. My heart was pounding, but I stayed calm. I snapped photos. Clear. Time-stamped. Then I texted Rachel. "Got him." At 6:45, I finally walked up and rang the bell. Jessica opened the door. All smiles. "Come in," she said. But behind her, standing in the kitchen, was Daniel. He froze when he saw me. I kept my tone even. "So this is what ambition looks like, huh?" Jessica's face went pale. "Wait, it's not what you think," Daniel muttered. "I should go," and grabbed his jacket. I laughed cold. "Oh no, don't leave on my account. I want to thank you. You saved me from marrying a gold-digging cheater." Jessica hissed. "Stop it. You're embarrassing me." I pulled out my phone and showed her the photos I'd taken of him walking into her building. "Don't worry, Jess. I've got plenty more receipts. And if you try to steal my money or property, I'll make sure these get delivered to Daniel's wife. How's that for ambition?" Her jaw dropped. Daniel looked like he was about to throw up. I slipped my phone back in my pocket and walked out, leaving them standing there in silence. That night, I slept better than I had in weeks. But this wasn't over. Jessica wasn't the type to go quietly, and I knew she'd try to retaliate, and I was right. The next morning, my phone buzzed non-stop. Jessica had gone full nuclear. At 7:12 a.m., she texted, "You'll regret this. I'll tell everyone you cheated on me." At 7:15, "I'll keep the venue deposit. You'll never see that money again." By 7:40, "You think you can scare me with your lawyer cousin? Please. No one will believe you." I sat there at my kitchen table, sipping coffee, scrolling through her tantrum messages. Instead of feeling scared, I felt oddly calm. I had the receipts. I had the photos. I had the She only had lies. At 9:03 a.m., I forwarded everything to Rachel. She called me right back. "She's panicking." Classic move. "Don't respond anymore. We'll send her a demand letter if she tries to keep your share of the money." Sure enough, later that week, Jessica sent me a bill, via Venmo request, for $4,000, claiming it was for wasted time and emotional damages. I actually laughed out loud when I saw it. Rachel drafted a response on official letterhead. To Jessica Miller, "Any attempt to extort or retain property belonging to my client will result in immediate legal action." We sent it certified mail. 2 days later, Jessica's Venmo. 2 days later, Jessica's Venmo request disappeared. But she wasn't done. The following Friday, my friend Lisa texted me a screenshot from Facebook. Jessica had posted a long rant. "Some men can't handle a strong woman. Imagine being so insecure that you hire a lawyer just because your fiancé outgrows you." The comments were split. Half her friends cheered her on. Half asked what really happened. I didn't respond. I didn't need to, because at 11:24 that night, I got a DM from an account I didn't recognize. It was Daniel's wife. "Hi, my name is Emily Porter. I think we need to talk. I found your photos." My chest tightened. I asked, "How did you find me?" She replied, "Jessica was sloppy. She tagged herself at the restaurant last week, and someone else tagged you in a different photo from the same night. I put 2 and 2 together. Can we meet?" We met the next day at a coffee shop downtown. Emily was in her early 30s. Sharp eyes. No nonsense. She slid a folder across the table. Bank statements, credit card charges, hotel receipts. "He's been draining our joint account to fund their little adventures." I opened the folder. Sure enough, charges for luxury hotels, fancy dinners, even a $900 jewelry store purchase. Dates lined up with nights Jessica had claimed she was working late. I told Emily, I have photos of him at her place. Timestamp plus messages where she admitted I wasn't good enough, and that she wanted someone more impressive. Emily nodded, lips tight. Perfect. That's all I need for my lawyer. Thank you. She paused, then added, and don't worry, Jessica's about to lose her golden goose. That night, I got another flurry of texts from Jessica. Why are you talking to Emily? You had no right. Do you have any idea what you've done? You ruined everything. I finally responded with one sentence. Sounds like consequences. That shut her up for a little while. 2 weeks later, I was out with Mark at a bar when Jessica showed up. She marched over, face red, and hissed, "You think you're so smart?" Emily kicked Daniel out. "He's cut me off. Do you know what you did me?" I leaned back on my stool and said evenly, "You did it to yourself, Jess. You wanted ambition. Congratulations. You destroyed your reputation for it." She spat. "You'll regret this. I'll make sure everyone knows you're a loser." Mark stood up then, towering over her. "Jess, leave. Now." She stormed out. A week later, I got an email from our old wedding venue. "We've processed the refund of $2,200 for your canceled event. Please confirm the bank account." My heart leapt. Rachel's letter had worked. The money was wired to me 2 days later. Piece by piece, I was reclaiming my life. But Jessica wasn't going quietly into obscurity. She tried one last scheme. At 8:11 on a Tuesday morning, my HR manager called me into her office. "We received an anonymous complaint about you. Said you were abusive to women and financially manipulative." I nearly laughed. "Anonymous?" She nodded. "Yes, but don't worry, we take these with a grain of salt. Given the timing, I figured it might be personal. Can you give me any context?" I told her everything in 5 minutes flat. Even showed her the certified lawyer's letter and the Facebook rant. My HR manager raised her eyebrows. "Wow, some people really don't know when to quit. Thanks for clarifying." The complaint was dropped immediately, and then finally, the dominoes fell for Jessica. Emily called me again, voice brimming with satisfaction. "Just wanted to update you. Divorce is filed. Daniel tried to fight it, but with your photos and my receipts, he didn't stand a chance. I get primary custody and he's paying alimony. His company put him on leave for conduct unbecoming." Jessica's name came up in the filings. "Everyone knows." I whistled low. "That's thorough." Emily chuckled. "Oh, it gets better. Remember that jewelry receipt? It was for her. I'm suing to have her subpoenaed. She might end up testifying in court." I couldn't believe how neatly it had all come together. A few days later, Jessica texted me one last time. "I hope you're happy. You ruined my life." I stared at the screen for a long moment, then typed back, "No, Jessica, you ruined your life. I just refused to carry the blame." Then I blocked her. It's been 6 months now. I moved into a new apartment, focused on my job, even started dating again. Nothing serious, but I'm happier than I've been in years. The best part, at a friend's birthday party last month, one of Jessica's old coworkers came up to me and said, "Man, you dodged a bullet. She's a mess now. Everyone knows what she did. People avoid her." I just smiled and said, "Yeah, I guess I got lucky, because in the end I did." Jessica lost everything chasing ambition. Daniel lost his family, his reputation, and probably his career. Emily got justice, and a fresh start. And I got peace. Sometimes I think back to that exact moment, 3:14 p.m. on a Wednesday, when she told me I wasn't good enough. I remember how my smile rattled her. She thought she was breaking me. She had no idea she was handing me freedom. So if there's any lesson in this mess, it's this. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when they think they've played you, sometimes the best revenge is a calm smile and a stack of receipts. Thanks to everyone who followed this journey. Your advice, your support, it kept me sane when things got ugly. Edit. For those asking, yes, Emily and I still talk occasionally. Strictly as friends. She's rebuilding her life. I'm rebuilding mine. And no, I don't regret a single thing. P.S. Jessica, if you're reading this, and I know you probably are, next time you think about trading loyalty for ambition, remember how this ended. Actions have consequences.